Hey, what's going on, Scattered Brains? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brains. See, this is going to be a bonus episode. I think I have kind of figured out what my schedule will likely be. I think that moving forward, all of my planned episodes will drop on Mondays at noon. And then probably once a week or more, depending on how the spirit moves me, there'll probably be a bonus episode of some kind. And so we're going to consider this today's bonus episode. I am in the car, in the carpool line. You'll see more about that in my video that comes out on Monday at noon, which will be a day in the life. So, I talk a little bit about being in carpool and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm in carpool now, and I figured I might as well go ahead and film an unboxing. I think that's what it's called. It's not a box though. It's a package. So it's going to be an unpackaging video. Excuse me, it's Friday, so I hope y'all have a fun and safe Memorial Weekend and all of that good stuff. And shout out to the people who we are remembering. We're memorializing. We're remembering. But for those who don't know, I wrote and illustrated 2 children's books. One came out in 2017, The Colorable Kids, and the other came out in 2019, which is Always Just Be You. And since 2020 up until now, I have been doing illustrations for a bunch of other people. Side note, the A fell off my shirt. We're not gonna talk about it. But I've been doing illustrations for a lot of people, and so in doing all of that, I haven't had time. I would say I haven't had time to be able to do stuff for myself. I have other book ideas, and I got a fan on right now. Of course, it's a Scattered Brilliancy, so y'all know it's gonna be all over the place. I got a fan going right now so I don't get hot, so hopefully it's not too loud. I guess I have to see when I play it back. But I have other ideas for books I want to do, but I have to have time to do those books, and that's a little bit difficult. My book about the Tooth Fairy is already written, and the majority of the pages I've already kind of fleshed out what the pictures would look like, but I haven't really had time to go back in and refine them and complete them so I can release that book. And then my follow-up book to The Colorable Kids, which is called The Island of Forgotten Colors, it is written as well, but I have not sketched anything for that book outside of the cover. So I've been feeling like, oh my gosh, I put out my books, last book, 7 years ago, it feels like at this point? No. 19, 20, 21, 6 years ago. And I just feel like it's past time for me to put something out. And so I've always wanted to put out some kind of journal planner or something for kids. And so this past month, I found a block of time that I was able to allocate to working on the planner. And I've finished my planners, and I have my first copies here. So I'm just gonna unpackage them live. I decided to go with KDP, which is which is Amazon's company, to do my publishing this time. For my first 2 books, I used Ingram Spark, but I knew that this particular journal, for one, I wanted to give KDP a chance. Back when I did my first book, they were called Create Space, and oh my gosh, I wish y'all could see this woman's hair. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be so distracted in this video. But I tried to use Amazon's company back in 2017, but it was a total disaster. It did not work. It was a total disaster. It did not work out well. But they've since changed the name. They revamped their business structure and all of that kind of stuff, and all of that kind of stuff. And many of the clients whose books I've illustrated, they've published through KDP and had pretty good experiences. So given that this wasn't one of my new books, it's just a journal, it's what they call low content because it's not an actual story, I figured, well, let me give them a chance on this book, these books that I'm releasing. They're out now. But I also, like I was saying, was going to go through KDP because this was not a book that I really planned on having. What is it about the need to have a car that makes a lot of noise? What is that about? The desire to feel like I gotta make, for people gotta know when I'm coming. What are you compensating for? Why is your vehicle so loud? Oh, gosh. Let me get through this video the best that I can. This might be the last full video I'll make in carpool. What the freak was I saying? Amazon considers these books low content because they're not regular books, and I did not plan on having a bunch of copies on hand. So more than likely, I will direct most people to order it off of Amazon. I am probably going to keep a couple for myself, so if you order from my website, I can ship it. But I think the majority of sales, I'd rather people just go to Amazon. That way you can leave a comment, and it helps with the ranking and all of that kind of stuff. So let me finally start opening. So I've only seen, oh, they look good. I've only seen one version. And I can still hear his car. And he's down the street. Nice. All right, so I only saw one version of the book, and that was the proof version that has, like, this is not a real copy, but this is what the first version looks like. And so this will be the boys version. For those who follow me on Instagram, I think I should hold it over here. Yeah. For those who follow me on Instagram, a couple years ago, I created what I call Affirmation posters. And it was just like some fun drawings of some kids that had inspirational messages on it, like dream big and you are more than capable. I released a couple of other ones, but I've always wanted to do something with them. And so they're available on my website as posters, but I didn't want them to just be used for posters. So I figured, oh, I can make those the cover of the journal, because the insides of these are exactly the same. But I wanted to make sure that there was a version that little boys could buy and there's a version that little girls could buy. And then I thought about, well, because these versions have African-American kids on it, I was like, you know, you never know, somebody might want one but not want one with a black child on it. I don't know. So I was like, well, let me also create a version that is universal using my Color Wheel kids, because since this is my intellectual property, it's copywritten, I own it, why not utilize these characters a whole lot more? And so I'm also filming in cinematic mode, so I think it's like not as clear as it should be. But yeah, so they're a daily gratitude journal and planner. So what I did was I researched planners and journals that are already out for kids, and I bought a couple just so I can see them and look through them and see what works, what doesn't, what do I want to have in mind. But I wanted something that I thought would be effective, something that I thought would really help kids to be better human beings. You know, being a former teacher, I know that children are our future, and you know, depending on whose kids you're looking at, that future might not be looking so good. But I wanted to do my part to, you know, provide something that I think children can really benefit from. And so these are now available, daily gratitude and journals and planners. Let me show you the inside. So when you open it up, you have this book, this planner belongs to page. I incorporated these coloring pages throughout the book that have inspirational messages. So like that one is, I'm thankful for the small things. There's one that says dream big. One that says I choose to be happy. Some of them are interactive in a way, meaning that it gives you a prompt. So I'll show you an example. So like for this one, it's I am thankful for. It just gives an opportunity just to write a list of things that you're thankful for. And you know, even though this is geared towards children, adults could use these as well. We sometimes need a moment to kind of look back and reflect on the good we have going on in our lives. So I don't judge any adult that wants to do that. But these journals and planners, they will span, how long is it? I think it's like 6 to 8. I think it's 8 weeks. I think it's 8 weeks. I can't remember. I remembered at one point how many weeks it covered, but I want to say it's maybe about 8 weeks. And so the first part of it is a weekly breakdown. I can do it over here. And so you have all the days of the week, and so you can kind of jot down what you have going on during that time. Then you can reflect on what you're excited for that week. And one way I wanted to kind of improve on the idea of a journal and planner is to give kids a theme to kind of work on. I thought about adding a page to say, like, how did you do with today's theme, but I opted against that. So for example, this week's theme is courage, and then it gives a definition that is easy for children to understand. So courage is being brave even when something feels a little scary. And there's a new theme every week for children to kind of, you know, work on. So like honesty, gratitude obviously is one. I think sharing is one, respect is one, generosity. And so that way, you know, it's not just I'm writing about my day and everything. It's something for you to reflect on. Okay, this week we're going to practice generosity. How can I do that? And, you know, maybe the journal might help you. And then there's 7 spreads per day after the weekly planner. Then you have your first spread, which would be for Sunday or Monday, depending on how you will go about your day. Gives you a chance to reflect on how you're feeling. You can choose one that I've already done, or you can fill in your own. Write down what you're grateful for. This is the journaling part, just what's on your mind, what are your thoughts, today's goals, chores, and the best part of today was, and you can write about it or draw about it. And it just repeats. So that would be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we start all over with a brand new week, a brand new theme, and another interactive page. So that one is draw a picture of who you are most thankful for. But overall, I love these. I think they came out so well. I think they came out so well. I'm really pleased. I've already had 2 orders so far, so these 2 are accounted for. But I'll leave all the links and everything down in the comments, so y'all can go pick one up if y'all want to, or get one for a family member. I'm really happy about the way these came out. Really happy about the way these came out. Oh, and I had to go back in. I added my website link and everything at the back. I forgot I did that. My new logo, even though I'm missing the A today, it's on the back of the book as well. But yeah, y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know any feedback. You know, if you were gonna buy one for somebody in your family, what would you want included? Because I think I still have plans to maybe do a couple of more, maybe that are tweaked. I want to get feedback on what people think about these, you know, what they liked, what they didn't like, what they wish it would have included, length, you know what I mean? These are $12.99. I kind of felt like these were a good price point for how long it is. It's 160 something pages of work, I guess you can look at it. And even though I'm releasing them now, I kind of looked at it as, well, yes, most school years are coming to an end or have ended, but it's never too early or late, I feel, for kids to kind of get a sense on being an effective planner, learning gratitude. Like I remember being in school and having a planner and having to write down my homework and write down what I needed to do. And for those who know me, y'all know I'm a planner. I like to plan things out, and so I don't think it's a bad tool to teach kids. Age range that I put on it, I put 5 to 14, but it's also going to depend on your child's comprehension level, their reading level, if they're able to, you know, write out a sentence that, you know, makes sense. So definitely, you know, probably 8 to 14 is probably a really good range. But hey, if you have a 5-year-old who can write complete sentences and, hey, today I need to brush my teeth, I think that's still something very, very small that can prove to be impactful in the long run. But yeah, I didn't want to come on too much. My new video will come out on Monday at noon. It's a day in the life vlog. It was difficult to film. I bought a new camera, and I'll talk about it in the video, but I bought a new camera that it kept stopping. I went to record, it would stop recording like 12 seconds later. So there was footage that I had from that day that I just couldn't use because it was like little snippets like that, and it just didn't make sense at all. But the video is going to be like 33 minutes long. I've edited the whole thing. I just need to render it one last time, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it up and set it as a premiere for YouTube. But definitely check that out on Monday at noon. I'm gonna go ahead and post this immediately once I finish filming it, finish recording it. And yeah, let me know what y'all think about my new planners, my journals, my daily gratitude journals and planners. You can check down in the description to find where to get them at. And like I said earlier, y'all enjoy your weekend. I'm gonna do a little bit of doodling, do a little bit of sketching while I'm waiting on Tegan to get out of school. I appreciate all of y'all who watched my first video that I'm back on Monday of this week. Thank you for all the feedback. I'm taking notes on what y'all said y'all want to see, and I'm gonna do my best to, you know, do this thing right this time around. So let me go ahead and get off of here before this takes up too much space on my phone. Remember to rate, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell notification, and I'll be seeing y'all on Monday. All right, peace.